Each player is different, each player is a person. And the moment we understand we have people, we have persons, we have human with us, not only a football player, then we can take out all the benefit from him. What do you expect from the ISL? The best. The important for us is not to look far away, is to look only for this game. When we finish this game, we'll start thinking about the other game. If we think ourselves we're big and we start thinking very far, yes, we will be in playoff, yes, we will play the championship, well, the shield, we will fail. We need to think this game. We didn't do nothing yet. We just started.
Hello, Coach. Hope you can see me. Okay. My name is Lede. I'm from Mizoram. I'm representing Zonet. So my question is, with ISL clubs also participating in the Durand Cup, so the competition level is somewhat similar to the ISL. So how do you assess the standard of the Durand Cup? Like it is considering like the oldest tournament in Asia. How do you assess the competition level of the Durand Cup?
I think Durand Cup is one of the best tournaments in the world. It's the oldest after, I think, the British, the English Cup, AFC Cup, AF Cup. For me, it's an honor to put the name of Northeast and all the players and all the managements and everyone who works here in the history of Durand Cup. It will give us a push, yes, but at the same time, there's different tournaments. ISF is totally different style of play, different style of players, different style of coaches. Totally different mentality, different setup. It would be nice to see.
Okay, thank you so much.
Hello, Coach. The Highlanders Brigade, the supporters club of these football clubs, send one question to you. And the first question from Ivan is that the team is going to start the ISL season with 2 away games. So what will be your approach and mindset? Because we are starting with 2 away games against Mohammedan. And also second question is asked by NEUF again. He asked, the team winning a Durand brings a lot of expectation to the fans. Is the team ready to step up to the fans' expectation of each and every fans starting of the season against a new team? And how is the team gearing up for the challenge?
Wow. For the first question, we're not thinking about the second game. We're thinking only about the first game. And I tell you the truth. We love to play away and we love to play home. There's no difference. The only difference is you take a plane to go stay in the hotel and come back. This is the only difference. When we play home, we love to play home because we have our supporters. But when we play away, it's 11v11 on the field with the referees. There's no absolutely different. We don't think about the second game for the moment. We only think about the first game. The second question was, sorry?
About
expectation. This is, thank God we're not fans. The expectation for the fans must be very high all the time. If not, we will not call them fan. But yeah, the head up, but we need to have the feet on the floor. We need to go step by step. We cannot start to run before to learn walking. Okay?
So my question is, will Bimamar be ready for the game against Mohammedan? He is injured, he sustained an injury in the final. Can he be ready?
Well, till now, I think we have everybody ready for the game, but still many days to go. I will hope, touch wood, that everybody will be ready.
Congratulations, Coach. Last season you spoke about becoming a wolf pack. What do you have to say about your wolf pack now, especially after winning their first ever trophy?
We are wolf pack. As I say all the time, we are wolf pack. Now we test the bite. We need to bite more. We cannot go from wolf pack to a small doggy packs again. We need to keep growing as wolves. That's important. And I have 3 big wolves with me here, and they know they cannot put their arms down because themselves they will kick each other just to wake up each other to be ready all the time to play.
Coach, after winning such a tournament, how has the mood in the dressing room changed, and are you fearing complacency going into the season?
No, the mood is the same. I tell you the truth. The mood is the same from last season. The mood is the same. We had a very, very nice dressing room. We are really family. And not only the dressing room, the guys from the office, the guys from, the people who work in the field, the medics, the staff, everybody. We are really family. We're a very small family, but very, very strong family. We have a good head of the boat, Mandar here, looking after the smallest things and the big things. And John Abraham all the time aware of everything that's going on in the club, if there is any necessity in the club. And that's for us to feel that. It's important. This is why the dressing room, it's calm, it knows the responsibility, but at the same time, fresh mind to start the ISA.
No, I think, as you mentioned, this victory is after almost 10 years, so it's obviously a very proud moment for the entire club, everybody involved with the club. But I think it's just one small step. I think there is still a very long way to go. I think we want to achieve a lot of things that we have in mind. Sabar is what he says, so I think it's the short-term goals and the long-term goals that you need to always focus on. And I think the Durand victory has put us on the right track, if I may say so, in terms of the positive mindset. And obviously going forward, as a club, we obviously want to win championships. I personally believe that we should be the club which represents India at the AFC level, which means we should be winning either the Shield or the Cup in the ISL or the Super Cup in the third tournament of the season. So I think that should be a goal that we should always look forward to. It's always you feel proud when you're representing the country at an Asian level, and I think for that a lot of hard work still needs to be done. We need to be humble. We need to be continuing the hard work. So I think that is in terms of victories as far as the first team is concerned. But apart from that, there is still many other things in a football club that need to be done, which also define us as a football club. I keep on saying this, and I will again keep on saying this, is we are not a club which is representing just one city or one state. We are Northeast United, which is representing 8 states, which is a big responsibility on us, not just as a team for us to perform, but also to ensure that we create a good ecosystem within the region, because we see almost 62% of the players come from the region in all the other clubs. So how are we able to create a pathway for the players from a youth level to the professional level, right? So I think there's still a lot of work to be done in this regard. So I think we're on the right track, and hopefully we'll be able to achieve our goals with support of everyone.
Yeah, thank you very much. I have another question for Juan Pedro Benali. Yes. So by the halftime, Northeast United was down 2-0. What was going on in your mind? I want to talk about this moment. What was going on in your mind, and what kind of message did you give to the players, especially, it's the final, and a lot was riding on your team, a lot of expectations from the Northeast. So what message did you give to the team that brought back their confidence and, they were able to shine through?
Well, there were 2 messages on the dressing room. The first message, I cannot talk about it. I leave it for me and the players. They're laughing. Okay? The second message, that's we can do it. We can do it. They're getting tired. We can do it. If we do our work, if we do our job, if we do our game plan, we can do it. And this is what happened. We did our game plan. We become Northeast again. In the first half, we were not Northeast. We were afraid. We were a team playing against Mohun Bagan. In the second half, we became Northeast playing against Mohun Bagan. And we could even win the game before the penalties. That's the second message.
Hi coach, this is Shri here from Netherlands. I would like to ask you a question. After the Durand Cup championship, which are the decisions that did not go and that did go as expected? And what lessons are you taking from this Durand Cup forward to the ISL?
The big lesson we're taking from Durand Cup is, first, there is no small teams to play against. You see, for example, Shillong and Red Army, they beat two ISL teams, big ISL teams. At the same time, if we will and we want, and we go for it, we can beat any team. You know, but at the same time, as Mr. Mandar said, we need to be humble. The lesson is keep your feet on the floor. Not because you won Durand Cup that you think you did everything. We didn't start it.
Thank you. And to the CEO, sir, I would like to raise this question. In the last press conference last year, you had mentioned about the boarding schools to be opened in all the northeast states. We have seen activities going on in Shillong, in Meghalaya, as well as Assam states. Can you give us an update on the other states?
I think Nagaland and Tripura are the only two states that we have still not yet entered in terms of our scouting and in terms of our youth development plans. Obviously, the work with individual states is happening depending upon how we are able to form some sort of an understanding with each state. But not coming from this part of the region and now interacting with different stakeholders, I think the response has been very overwhelming in terms of the support that we need as a football club. Obviously, you mentioned about Meghalaya being one of the major supporters for the work that we are doing, where they've already signed an MOU for the land for the residential academy, which has already been signed. So that's a big step for us in terms of setting up a center of excellence for the residential academy. Obviously, the Assam government has been very helpful with regards to hosting of the matches here. A few other things that we are doing with regards to certain districts in Assam. Arunachal Pradesh is one more state that we are actively working currently with regards to setting up an academy there. Obviously, the secretary of Arunachal Pradesh Football Association is also the treasurer of the All India Football Federation. They have just recently announced a high altitude training in Tawang, so there will be some work that we as a club also will be helping them with regards to that training facility there. We sent our reserve team to play in the Independence Cup in Mizoram recently because we want to ensure that we are able to play a lot more, give the reserve team boys a lot more matches so that the exposure is there and the development is faster. So I think each and every state is helping us with regards to our plans as in the context of the player pathway and the youth development. But still, again, as I said, there's still a lot of things that can be done because we feel that if we create a sort of a pathway for the players from the region, they will obviously like to stay in the region, play for the clubs from the region, not just Northeast United, but the other clubs that are there in the ecosystem right through the region. So I think that's the idea. But youth development or grassroots is not. The results will not come maybe in 6 months, 1 year, 2 years. It's a process that happens only after 4 or 5 years. You know, so it's an investment that we as a club want to do. And for us, and for me personally, it is very important that our owner John is very on the same wavelength as we are, and he also wants to contribute to the overall development of not just the football in the region, but if we develop the football in the region, it is obviously going to benefit Indian football as a whole also, right? So I think it's a small steps that we need to take, but it's always a long 4, 5, 7 years process which will then deliver the results which we are looking for.
Hello sir, thank you for coming, sending your reserve team to Mizoram. So what is your experience over there and what do you think of the Mizo players?
I think in my previous capacity when I was working with Bangalore FC, we have always worked with Mr. Tete and the work that he's been doing. I think Mizoram is one of the most developed states when it comes to youth football. We know about the big leagues that are happening in various parts of Mizoram. I think a lot of talent is coming with regards to younger talent, I would say, from Mizoram. When it comes to the Mizoram Premier League or the players or the teams that we played, I had an interaction with our head of youth development who's behind, and what we felt was obviously the quality is very good in the teams that were playing in the or other teams that play in the Mizoram Premier League. But I think they are players who are on the older side of the age. The younger players are already out in various clubs, etc. So I think if those opportunities for the younger kids are given in the Mizoram Premier League itself, I think their development will be a lot more better with regards to giving their best, not just for ISL I-League clubs, but also to Indian football at different age group or in the senior team. So that's what I felt after having a conversation with my head of youth development with regards to teams that we played. But I think there's a very good blueprint in Mizoram when it comes to competitions at various levels, and I think a lot of other states, not just in the northeast, but also in India, have to take a big note of that and try to replicate a few of the models that has been implemented there.
First of all, thank you very much. Yeah, it was mind game, but I did my homework, and it was in my mind that I have to stay calm in that situation, so I stayed calm and judged the penalties very well.
My question is for Gurmeet. Gurmeet, you were here previously also, and it has been a sweet homecoming from you. When you were here previously, you faced probably one of the most difficult seasons that this club has seen. You've seen this club at its lowest, and now you've taken it to its highest point. What do you have to say about that?
Yeah, that we had difficult seasons before. Now we are in a process of growing, so we have to keep going and focus on the game by game in upcoming ISL season.
Coach, going into the season, what is that one aspect you really want to improve more on?
Excuse me, say it again.
Sir, going into the season, what is that one aspect in your team that you really want to improve more on?
What we need to improve more? Everything. Everything. In football, if you think you've done the job, if you think it's something is good, next day is totally incorrect. You need to perform every day, you need to correct every day. Every day we have something. And also the difference is, in the beginning, in the preseason, you prepare the team, how you want to play, how you want to fitness, tactic. But when the season starts, ISL for example, now you think only about the game, you prepare the game. How the other team plays, how you want to play, what is the game strategy, what's the game plan. Every game is totally different, because sometimes they come to you and say, oh, you had only 120 passes, and the other team had 380 passes. Yes. Who won? 120 passes. Fantastic. Sometimes you have 380 passes, and the other team has 120, and they win. Why? Because maybe your passes is from center back to the goalkeeper, to the full back to the center back, to the other center back. What's the reason why you pass the ball? Why you play? You play to score. This is what you need to improve all the time on it. Why Barcelona famous tiki-taka? Yes, to the right to the other goal, because all the teams were waiting on the back close. But against us, the teams, they don't go to the back and wait. They already open, they went to win. Then we have no time to. This is what we need to improve, and to be patient. To be patient. We don't win the game in 1 minute. We win the game in 95 minutes. And sometimes what you don't win in 90 minutes, don't lose it in 5 minutes. We need to improve in patience and stuff. There's 2 players more here also, you can ask them.
Hello sir, my question is for CEO sir. Sir, in ISL there is a big budgetary difference between the clubs. Like many clubs are finding difficult to even survive. And can you explain how Northeast United FC is managing all these issues, and without even winning a single trophy? How the club is managing that much? And is it possible for a team like this with a small budget to win the ISL Cup and ISL series?
No, first of all, I think the the simple thing that we need to understand that as far as Northeast is concerned, the credit should go to John Abraham, whatever said and done, because for me, he's the only one owner amongst all the ISL clubs who's a non-corporate. He's an individual person who's putting his own money in the for running this team for so many years. If you look at the other teams, you have JSW, you've got Tata, you've got RPG Group, so you've got big corporates which are running the show. So there's a huge difference in that. But does that mean that money only buys you success? I don't believe in that, right? Because I have seen both sides of the coin. I was for 10 years with Bangalore FC, which is owned by JSW, which is a big corporate. And I'm here at Northeast, which is owned by John, as I said, who's putting in his personal money. So for me, it is very important, and I like this question because I personally believe that, and it is no disrespect to any players here, but having been in Indian football for the last 25 years, I feel the valuation of the players in India vis-a-vis what they bring or what they deliver on the pitch, there's a big difference here. And I feel that's not good for Indian football in terms of the sustainability of the game is concerned, right? So I feel if the money is spent wisely, if the money is spent in the right manner, for the right place, it's not easy, it's very easy for me to speak the way I'm speaking, but it's a process that needs to be understood, it's a process that needs to be followed, and I think results can be seen. I mean, Durand Cup is one such example where you can give hope to a lot of clubs, a lot of players, a lot of team owners, a lot of team coaches, etc. That it's not about the money, right? Just previously somebody asked about the question about being 2-0 down at halftime and how things happen. You look at the team that Mohun Bagan is playing with. You've got all Indian players playing for the Indian national team. You're playing in a Salt Lake Stadium, which is filled with 55,000 fans. And even if you play a derby, half the stadium is East Bengal, half the stadium is Mohun Bagan. Here, the whole stadium is Mohun Bagan, right? And playing against 2-0, being down 2-0, and then coming up and winning the competition is not very easy. That shows a lot of character of the players, of the coaches, the mentality, and I think this is all what we live for sports, right? It's always the underdog story that everybody likes to try to implicate or try to follow. And I think as far as Indian football is concerned, there is no such thing that at least I personally believe that there is no such thing that money can buy you trophies. It's the right processes, it's the right system, it's the right thought process, it's the right owners trying to be wise with their money is very, very important. And I'm not saying it's no disrespect to any other owners that they are not being wise, because they have got different aspirations. Today, if a bigger club wants to win, maybe the AFC Champions League 2, the way it's defined now, it's good luck to them, because at the end of the day, we have to make our country proud when we are representing at an international stage. But for us as a club, we know what our limitations are, we know what our challenges are, and we have to work within that. And I think the entire club, right from the owners to everybody in the club, are doing a wonderful job to achieve that.
I have one more question.
Yeah.
And last one.
No, go ahead.
I was on the party.
My question is to Tamai. In the last year media day, you are talking of the setting up of academies in particularly Manipur. How is the process going on?
In Manipur? No, unfortunately we have not been able to reach Manipur for whatever the challenges that are happening there currently. But that is something which we want to definitely do in the near future. Once we get that support to come there and do what we want to do. We did a bit of scouting currently in Manipur just around 4 months back. In 2 places in Manipur. We got some good boys from there. But I think Manipur is another one state where there's a lot of talent and we need to be there more aggressively than what we are. I also feel that we probably can host a few matches in Manipur going forward, because you're very much from Manipur and you know when the national team played, how the response was there in the stadium when the national team played. So I think we would want to play maybe 1 or 2 games going forward in Manipur also, apart from the youth programs or the residential series concerned.
Thank you.
Hello, I was the question party. Party.
আচ্ছা বিগিনিঙত যেতিয়া কোচ এই প্ৰেছ কনফাৰেন্সত ক'লে তেওঁ মানে প্ৰথমতে মানে ক্ৰাউডৰ কথাটো ক'লে ষ্টেডিয়ামত ক্ৰাউড লাগে তোমালোকক এটা উৎসাহ দিবৰ কাৰণে এইবাৰ দুৰান্দ কাপত তুমি দেখিলা যে কোকৰাঝাৰত মেচ খেলিলা শ্বিলঙত খেলিলা তাৰপিছত গৈ তোমালোকে কলিকতাত খেলিলা গোটেইকেইখন মেচতে তুমি এটা ক্ৰাউড পাইছা তোমালোকে গোটেই দলটোৱে যে ক্ৰাউডে কি ধৰণৰ প্ৰভাৱ এটা পেলাব পাৰে তুমি গম পালা নিজে ফুটবলাৰ হিচাপে যেতিয়া ISLটো বিগিনিং হৈছিল গুৱাহাটীতে তেতিয়া ক্ৰাউডৰ এই ধৰণৰ এটা সমৰ্থন ইয়াতো আছিলে ষ্টেডিয়ামত তুমি তেতিয়া ISL অহা নাই দুৰ্গাহঁতে যেতিয়া বাইচিকেল কিক মাৰিছিলে সেই সময়ত কথাটো কৈছোঁ কিন্তু পৰৱৰ্তী সময়ত এতিয়া এনেকুৱা হৈছে যে নৰ্থ ইষ্ট ইউনাইটেডে ইয়াতে হোম মেচ খেলি এইমাত্ৰ তোমাৰ CEO কৈছে যে মোহন বাগান চুপাৰ 55,000 ক্ৰাউড আছিলে একেলগে চল্ট লেক ষ্টেডিয়ামত এতিয়া নৰ্থ ইষ্ট ইউনাইটেডৰ লগত এতিয়া কেতিয়াবা 100 তলৰ মানুহ খেল চাব আহে গুৱাহাটীত লাহে লাহে দেখিবা যে প্ৰেছ কনফাৰেন্সতো 4-5জনৰ সাংবাদিকে আহিব আজি এনেকৈ ভৰি আছে এনেকৈ কমি যায় যে নৰ্থ ইষ্ট ইউনাইটেডে না নিজাকৈ কিয় ফান এনেকুৱা ধৰিব পৰা নাই যে আমাৰ লগত এইখিনি ক্ৰাউড আছে এইখিনি হোম মেচতো নাই তোৰ এই যে অসমৰ ফুটবল হিচাপে তুমি কি ভাবা যে আমাৰতো কোকৰাঝাৰতো ফুটবল সাংঘাতিক চাই আছে মানুহে আপাৰ আছামত তুমি য'ত খেলিছিলা মানুহে ফুটবল চাই আছে গুৱাহাটীত এই সমস্যাটো কিয় না আমি সেই কথাটো তুমি মেনেজমেণ্টক কেতিয়াবা তোমাৰ পৰা জানিব বিচাৰিছেনে যে এজ এ ফুটবলাৰ হিচাপে যে আমাৰ এটা নতুন নৰ্থ ইষ্ট ইউনাইটেডৰ ফান এটা নাই বা আমাৰ সমৰ্থকখিনি নাই নিজা এটা যিখিনি মানে খেল খেলিব চাবৰ কাৰণে হাৰিলেও থাকিব জিকিলেও থাকিব এজ এ ফুটবলাৰ তুমি কি ভাবা সেই বিষয়টো লৈ পেলাই
This is the question. No question.
You answer.
Thank you.
Say something next.
তোমাৰ অনুভৱটো ক'লে হ'ব ষ্টেডিয়ামত যে মানুহ অহা নাই গুৱাহাটী ফুটবল চাবলৈ তাৰ কাৰণ তুমি কি বুলি ভাবা যে বিগিনিঙত যে চাইছিলে এতিয়া তুমি কি কাৰণ বুলি ভাবা সেই বিষয়টোৰ কাৰণে এই একে কথাটো
প্লেয়াৰৰ ওপৰত অভিয়াছলি এটা এক্সট্ৰা বুষ্ট থাকে এতিয়া আপোনাৰ ষ্টেডিয়ামটো ফুল হৈ থাকে তেওঁলোকে আপোনাৰ কাৰণে চিয়াৰ কৰি থাকে আৰু হোম ক্ৰাউড আপোনাৰ এটা এক্সট্ৰা বুষ্ট আমি 1-0 হাৰি থাকিলেও আপোনালোকে এখন মেচ দেখিব পাৰিছে আমি লাষ্ট ছিজনত খেলিছিলোঁ জামছেদপুৰৰ লগত আমি সেই মেচটোত আমাৰ অলমষ্ট ষ্টেডিয়ামটো অলমষ্ট মানে ফুলে আছিলে আৰু আমাৰ ইয়াত এনেকুৱা হয় ধৰি লওক আপুনি 2-0 হাৰি থাকোঁতে ধৰি লওক ফেন্সবিলাক গুচি যায় আৰু মানে শেষৰ টাইমলৈকে নাচায় খেলটো আৰু আপুনি যদি শেষৰ টাইমলৈকে চাই থাকে আপুনি নাজানে আমি লাষ্টত 2 মিনিটত আমি 2টা গ'ল দিছোঁ আৰু আপোনালোকে সেইকাৰণে আপোনালোকে এটা কথাই ক'ম যে আপোনালোক আহক আৰু শেষলৈকে সেইখন চাওক আপুনি নাজানে কোনটো টাইমত কি হৈ যায় এতিয়া আমি ধৰি লওক মোহন বাগানৰ লগত 2-0 ডাউন আছিলোঁ আৰু 2 মিনিটতে আমি 2টা গ'ল দিছোঁ সেইটো এটা মানে বেলেগ এটা ডিফাৰেঞ্চ এটা আহে আপোনাৰ যদি ফেন্সবিলাক ষ্টেডিয়ামত আহে আপোনাৰ কাৰণে চিয়াৰ কৰি থাকে সেইটো বহুত বেলেগ এটা ডিফাৰেঞ্চ আহে এক্সট্ৰা বুষ্ট এটা আহে
কিন্তু অসমত দেখিব পৰা যায় আমি বোলে কুৱেশ্যনটো তোমালৈকে আছে অসমত দেখিব আচলতে খেলৰ প্ৰতি যোনটো এট্ৰেক্টিভ থাকিব লাগে ষ্টুডেণ্টৰ পৰা আচলতে যিসকল খেলুৱৈ তেওঁলোক যিটো ক্ৰাউডিঙৰ কথা যিহেতু কৈছিলে যে ক্ৰাউডিংটো লাগিব যে ক্ৰাউডিংটোতে আচলতে যিসকল খেলৰ প্ৰতি যিসকল আগ্ৰহী তেওঁলোক হয়তো বেছিকৈ যায় খেলৰ গতিকে অসমত সেই পৰিৱেশটো কিন্তু দেখিব পোৱা নাযায় ইয়াৰ বাবে গভৰ্ণমেণ্টৰ ছাপোৰ্ট কেনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ তুমি দেখিছা আৰু কি কৰিব লাগিব এই বিষয়টো অকণমান তুমি যিহেতু প্ৰেক্টিকেলত আছা কি আচলতে কৰিব লাগিব গভৰ্ণমেণ্টৰ ফালৰ পৰা বা এৱাৰনেছৰ ক্ষেত্ৰত
আপোনালোকে দেখিবলৈ পাইছে এতিয়া বহুত ধৰণৰ চিষ্টেম কৰিছে আমাৰ চাগে এতিয়া আপুনি দেখিবলৈ পাইছে যে খেল মহাৰণ এনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ বহুত ধৰণৰ কিবা কিবি হৈ আছে এতিয়া আৰু আপোনালোকে দেখিবলৈ পাব এতিয়া খেল মহাৰণৰ পিছত তেওঁলোকে এতিয়া কেম্প ৰাখিছিলে মোৰ মতে 1 মাহৰ কাৰণে কেম্প ৰাখিছে এনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ বহুত ধৰণৰ কিবা এটা উলিয়াই আছে গভৰ্ণমেণ্টে আৰু আগলৈ যাতে আৰু এনেকুৱা হ'বলৈ দেখা পাম বুলি আশা ৰাখিছোঁ
My question is for Zabako. Being the team captain, your combination with Ashi at the center of defense has really been strong this season. Also last season, we could see that during the later stages of the season. What do you have to say about your defensive pairing with Ashi?
He's a good player. He's growing. We are working harder. We are fixing some tactical issues. This week we are working for improving. I'm feeling very comfortable with him, and I hope that this season we can reach our targets.
My question is from Darren.
Let him finish, please. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. I'll ask the captain about the penalty shootout. So, do you have any pressure before the penalty, as well as what do you, as a captain, what do you talk about to the other players? Any speech before the penalty shootout?
Yeah, the pressure is there, but we are football players. We have to manage that pressure. The pressure you can take in the bad way or the right way. You feel the stadium. I think for myself, it's nice to clear. Many supporters understands. Also, we have many supporters on our phones, so you can miss the penalty, but you can shoot with the best and strong mentality. If you don't have the best thinking about how to shoot, so you will miss it.
My question is from Aldar. You just mentioned everyone loves the underdog story. Do you feel the tag of Northeast United FC being underdogs is slowly getting removed?
No, I think we never considered as underdogs. I think we are a champion team. Even before we won the Durand Cup, even going forward. So I think it's for the others to think about that. So I don't consider ourselves as an underdog. Never. I think for us, it's always from the first day. It was about winning trophies, winning championships. I think if we have that kind of a mindset, then only we can achieve that. If we consider ourselves as underdogs, we'll never do that. But at the same time, we need to be humble, because even if you win championships, see, winning is a habit. And if you have to continue doing that habit, you have to continue remaining humble, you have to continue working hard, and just be focused on whatever the coaches or whatever the coaching staff is wanting to get out of the players.
I have one more question for Mikhail. I have one more question. Congratulations, Mikhail. You have led Northeast United to victory. The people of Northeast are going to remember you for a very, very, very long time. Yes. So how does that make you feel, being the captain, to break the trophy drought? How does that make you feel? And going forward, I know Northeast, the people of the Northeast have always supported and stood behind you. But going forward, what do you want as the captain from the people of the Northeast?
Yeah, of course, I want that they support us. I would like that they come to the stadium every single home game, but we know that Northeast is very big. It's not easy for all of them to come, so they can watch the game through the TV. It's okay for us. We can understand, and we cannot say more than thank you, because sometimes we play also the way they are there. When we even the Durand Cup, they were in Guwahati, they were in Ceylon, and also they were in Kolkata. So can just say thank you.
I have a question to Mohammedan sir. Perhaps you have seen the last movie of Abraham Deva. What a post sequence of your team upgrading, and that film. He saved very bravely a lady against the injustice, society, against the elements, and he came up. And at last, after giving life, I can say end the movie. But yes, established his personality, his power, ability, everything. Like your team that you said, we may be not a big industrialist, we may be being a person like the right thing. John Abraham fighting is fighting for a cause, and that cause is running by Mandar and his group, Benali Sahib and Yobako, like Parthi and our Gurujis also. So I think others who have not seen that movie, I have seen two sequences in that movie and this time.
No, I think what I can just say on what you've mentioned is that that's how John is. He's in real life as good as he's in real life, because he lives by his principles. He lives by whatever he actually feels from his heart, and that's actually what translates out in real life also. That's just credit to him for being how he is.
Last question, please.
One last question here after the.
He's asking questions there also.
Next question from Mr. Mathar.
Cannot hear you.
Hello. Yeah, this is a question from Mr. Mathar. We spoke about continuity last time, continuity in the team, and we have seen that a number of players are retained, their contract extensions are there. So, how do you see the team going ahead? Are you following this in principle? Are you looking to continue that?
I can add this one. So there is very bad track record of Northeast United. The club did not succeed to retain its players. After every season, the whole team changed. But after your arrival, the team have a different approach. Like we have a coach with a long-term contract, and we are retaining all the important players from the last season. And only players left with the club for those who don't have that much of match timing and game timing. So, what is your transfer strategy? And also, how you can you please tell how you find our coach Juan Pedro Benali? With that question also. Also, can we expect some new signings? And also, will you demand some more defenders? Because every squad got some new players. Like the most invested area is the attacking side, but you are not getting any new players or some market signing. Will you demanding some players?
You want me to answer or you want him to answer?
Don't go for
So I think for me, any club to be successful, it depends on its continuity. That's the principle that I work on, whether it's on the field or whether it's off the field. So 92% of our players from last season have been continued this season. The two new foreigners that we got in, Guillermo and Aladdin, were the two players that we wanted to sign even last year. We were following them last year. Aladdin was playing in Qatar in the second division. He got the club promoted to the Qatar Super League. He was the highest goal scorer in the second division. But he went on to play in the Moroccan top division, and his club finished runners-up in the concluded league there, Farrabat, if I'm not wrong. And Guillermo, obviously, we tried to bring in last season, but we were unable to do so. So, following players, trying to understand that is very important. It is a process that has to be done not just during the transfer window, but I think for the next season the work starts. It's already started or it's ongoing. Right? So, very important to continue the players. You mentioned, obviously, Zebaku will answer that question, but as far as having defenders, etc. is concerned, you also have to create opportunities for the Indian players to grow also at that time, right? Today you are seeing Ashir Akhtar play with Zebaku under his leadership. I feel Ashir is a much better and improved player. So which also means that you are getting the right foreign players into the club also who are leaders, who have had a good experience playing at the highest level. And if you see the current foreign players that we have in the club are players which have played at pretty good level in Spain or in Morocco. They've played in the African Champions League. You've got Guillermo, who's played in the La Liga, who's scored in the La Liga. He's played in the Champions League, he's scored in the Champions League, he's played in Real Madrid. So, played against Real Madrid. So you've got players who have got confidence, right? Who've got the experience. And such leadership qualities you will see in the players when probably the added pressure of a penalty shootout or a final game is concerned. So it's about collecting the right pieces in place to make a team. And I think that's what we try to focus on. Obviously the continuity will go on even going forward also. As far as Juan Pedro Benali is concerned, it's a very interesting story. I think I was not employed by the club that time, and there was just a conversation that I had with the owners about me probably wanting to join Northeast. I had a few other offers, 6 clubs in the ISL wanted me to join them, but I was taking my own time after my previous job. And just to understand how the Northeast ownership was, and for them to understand how I am or how I think we decided to do this process of hiring the head coach, which was important for the club. And that's how we got involved. I had around maybe more than 40-50 profiles that I had to go through to hire a coach, which then shortlisted into 7 coaches. We had interviewed with 7 coaches, out of which then we shortlisted 3 for the round 2. And after the round 2 interviews, we obviously shortlisted with one. For me, that was the most important decision as far as I'm concerned, where the club is concerned, was to bring one, because we were coming to a place, Northeast, which we had a very small little team to work with, right, in terms of people working at the club. And if you see Juan's experience, he's been a head coach, he's been a technical director, he's been a CEO at a club, he had his own academy, so means he's ticking most of the boxes that are required for a football club. So when I'm working in Northeast and when I know that I have to work with a lot of younger players, a lot of younger talent that deserves that platform, I have a coach who knows the system and knows or is prepared to work with me to ensure that we can give that platform to the youngsters in spite of the pressure. Right? Today I've seen a lot of coaches who obviously everybody wants to win, but are reluctant to give those opportunities to the younger players. And I think for those qualities that he has had previously, he's worked in 4 continents, he speaks 8 languages, right? So these are the factors which are very important, because you need to communicate with the players, you need to connect with the players. And for me, a coach is always the captain of the ship, whatever said and done, right? Along with the players, but the coach is the captain of the ship. So I think bringing him to the club was something which I felt, in the hindsight, the most important decision of as a team that we have taken. You can answer the question. Did you ask?
Will you demand some defenders? Because everyone is getting players, but you are not.
No, I think that we have at least 2 players in each position. Even most of them we can play in 1, 2, or 3 positions. And also we have an stock reserve team. Many players are helping us every single day. So I think that we are improving from last season. Also, not only about players or staff, also in the club. I think that we are little by little, but we are improving.
Coach, you've played in Shillong, and this is for both of you actually, Mandar and the coach. Firstly, coach, you've played in Shillong. It's a new turf, it's a ryegrass turf, and if I'm not wrong, it's the only football ground in India with a ryegrass. The only other ground is the Dharamshala cricket ground. So what do you have to say about the turf, and coming to Mandar, any plans of playing ISL games in Shillong?
The grass was amazing. I think that's where we played the best game. Beautiful field, beautiful stadium. We hope to find more fields like this. It was very, very good. I mean, excuse me, before to give to Mandar, to ask what you're waiting when you said that John Abraham is the only one who put money. What we want, what we need is people buying shirts, people coming to the stadiums, help him to make money, to make a bigger Northeast. Because that money will not go to his pockets. That money will go to the team. Then he will be more proud of this team. Okay? It's easy to say, oh, why we don't bring players, why we don't bring defenders, why we don't bring strikers, why we don't do that, why we don't do this, and we go to the field and we have 500 people. Or we come to the press conference and we have 1 journalist, 1, and sometimes none. Okay? Sometimes my press conference is 23 seconds. I say it again. Also, you are responsible. All of you here, you are responsible to make this team and the region proud and big, and you be proud. Okay, thank you.
So I think the ryegrass, as you mentioned, is a cold climate grass. So for Dharamshala and Shillong, that's an ideal grass to have because it's meant for cold climate. So I think they've done a very good job with the pitch. As far as us playing the ISL games in Shillong is concerned, we want to do that. There's already been a recce of the ISL team in Shillong during the Durand Cup. There are certain I would say, infrastructural challenges that have been addressed. And I think the government of Meghalaya and the sports department there has been very extremely cooperative and kind to ensure that those structural changes probably will be made in the next 2 to 3 months, and hopefully by say January or February, in the second part of the ISL, we will play at least 2 or 3 games in Shillong, provided those requirements that are needed to host ISL game are taken care of. Right?